Okay, so this one's for anyone that's scared to start something, or scared to change something, or scared to begin. Okay, scared to take that first step, because that is scary. And I feel like taking that step or trying something new feels scarier and scarier, like the older you get as well. Like it's quite easy when you're young, like when you're a kid, because it's quite nice to be like, oh, I started this as a kid, and yeah. But say you've done one thing for a long time, like I don't know, maybe like science, and then decided to start something different, like VTubing. It's me. I'm the example. It's scary. It's definitely scary, and I just want to talk to you guys about how I overcame that fear. And I don't know if it will help you because everybody's different, but I can just share with you my story and maybe it'll resonate with you. Maybe it won't. Because you know, we are different people, but yeah. For me, it's really scary to start something because you look at other people, you look at others doing that thing that have started well before you, okay? Like well before you. This can apply to anything like art or sport or something. And there's always someone that's been doing it since they were a kid and they've had years of experience. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to compete with that? Like, what's the point of me trying and starting now? I'm so late to this party. Like, there's no point. But there is. Okay, there is actually a point, because the reason you probably thought that, or the reason I thought that, was because I was raised with this competitive, like, you have to be the best of the best mentality. Like, that's what my parents always drilled into me. Like, it's not worth it if you're not the best at something, or, you know, it's not worth it if you're the worst, especially if you're the worst. But if you're that kind of person that's had that drilled into you, you most likely have forgotten something incredibly important. And I hope maybe I can help you find that. Okay. And the first thing is that it truly is okay to not be the best. Okay. Because the best is so subjective, okay, to a lot of things. Okay. You don't have to be among the top, okay? And it's also completely fine if you're the worst, okay? And you're like, well, how is it fine to be the worst? Won't that feel awful? Won't that be embarrassing? Won't people laugh or something and mock you or mock me? I don't know. Like, yeah, it's, first off, they're horrible and wrong. To laugh at anybody for doing something they're passionate about, they're wrong. Okay, they're the ones in the wrong. They're completely incorrect in making fun of those that pursue their passion. Okay, they're wrong. Okay, and the other thing is that you're not actually the worst, because you're trying. The worst is the people that haven't tried, because they haven't even got anything. Okay, you can't say this is the worst piece of art in the universe, because the worst one is the one that couldn't even pick up the paintbrush. Okay, so you are already doing incredible just by trying. And yes, you might have to catch up. Okay, yes, you might be behind, but, okay, and here's the big but. The path of whatever you're wanting to try is not a simple linear path. Okay, it's not like a video game where it's a set level and everyone does the same level and you gotta level up and it's all equal. It doesn't work like that. Okay, the way I picture it is, I don't know if this analogy works, but it's what I like to use when it comes to comparisons. Okay, I picture the ocean and I picture everybody in their boat. Okay, And first off, you need to get a boat. And then following that, people build their boats differently. And there's a million different ways to kind of build your boats. There's like the sailboats, there's, you know, having paddles, there's actually motorized, there's having a heckin' cruise ship thing. Like, there's all sorts. And people have many different ways of learning things and sort of addressing or tackling their hobbies or their skills or technique or whatever it is. There's different ways. Some people get lucky. Some people have the wind just catch their sails, okay? Someone might just make a fresh new boat, slap on a sail, and then boom, some big wind speeds them incredibly far in front of somebody that's maybe been doing it for ages and has been like there with their little paddle oars just like working away. And that obviously isn't fair, okay? But there also isn't really a goal you're all going towards, okay? There's moving, there's developing, and I think just forget about the other ships around you. Just focus on building your ship, okay? And if you're lucky, maybe some wind will catch you. Maybe the current will carry you a bit further, but nobody's, just because you're later doesn't mean you're always gonna be behind, okay? It doesn't mean that. Because it's taken free for all out there, okay? The world is very complicated and people can start things later and actually turn out to be the best in them, even though they've done it for much less time, okay? And yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared of getting yourself that boat, that metaphorical boat, unless you're thinking about being a boat person. But yeah, it is scary. It is scary, and there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of worry about, you know, not being equipped. But at the end of the day, it's your life, okay? And if it's something you enjoy and it's something you have passion for, okay, and it's something where if you were doing this and it brings you joy, then don't rob yourself of that, okay? Because it's your life. Don't let the skills of others determine whether or not you should even try. Because I think we all deserve to try. Okay? So, good luck.